off. He hit his head. Is that what does he have a concussion?
No, he hasn't been diagnosed with any concussion. I just think it hurts a lot. So he as soon as he's ready to play, he's going to play. I think Jenkins fell on top of him. Nothing purposefully done by any means, but just trying to scramble to get back into play and contest a layup.
Is there a concussion protocol that you guys have, or is it just based on?
There's a concussion protocol that every school in the country has. Yep.
With Edmund out, do you see Miles absorbing?
I didn't say he was out.
So he may play tomorrow?
He's day to day.
If he's not playing tomorrow, do you expect Miles to absorb some of his minutes or most of his minutes?
Expect a lot of guys to play maybe a lot more minutes than they're used to. Ed's playing, 28, 30 minutes a game. If he can't go, that won't get divided up amongst one or two guys. A guy like Kaiser Gates will play a little bit more if that's the case. Point guard duties will be assumed by guys that have played it in the past.
Chris, will Edmund be considered in concussion protocol now?
No.
No, okay.
How's McKinday? Is he hurt?
He's been banged up here and there. Yep.
Is he also day-to-day?
Day to day.
With this quick turnaround, is it a tough task or an easy task to get the guys focused on a whole other team after a long road trip and game tomorrow?
Well, the toughest part of the task is who we play. They're strapped with the same circumstances. 24-hour, 36-hour, however we want to look at it, turnaround. Equally tough for both teams. They run a lot of set plays. We run a lot of set plays. Both of us play, a couple different defenses. So from that standpoint, I don't feel like there's an advantage for either team. But the scheduling probably could have been a little bit better. But they wanted to go 5 games all in a row, and so Butler and Xavier oblige.
Turns out to be a pretty big game with both teams, needing a win, not wanting to start 0-2. Obviously, it's going to be a big game regardless, but I would expect both teams are going to be really geared up for this one.
Yeah, I don't think the circumstances of both teams' record, will change the intensity or the feel of the game in any way. Had we shown up 1-0, or Butler would have closed out the Providence game the way they wanted to, they'd still come in with the same fire they always play with. So, we're expecting Butler's best. I'm sure they're expecting our best, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. And we've got to be ready to go on a quick turnaround, just like they do.
Roosevelt Jones is such a unique player with his physique alone. What kind of challenges does he pose?
They have a lot of unique players. I mean, it's really it's fun watching them on tape. When we try to maybe simulate how they play, we don't necessarily have guys. We have good players, but we don't necessarily have players that play the way that Rosie plays or the way that Travis plays. I mean, it's just it's very unique. Kellen Dunham, the way he plays. So specifically with Rosie, you have to do a great job of keeping him out of the lane. He plays like a downhill truck in transition. He's generally the toughest player on the floor. He knows it. Seems like he's been in about 6 or 7 different leagues. I got a lot of respect for that kid. He's a warrior. He's a winner. And I can't wait to get him out of a Butler uniform.
When you go on this quick turnaround, you have a game like you did yesterday, the way it went. I'm guessing you don't dwell on that. Do you look at it much to see what happened, or is it more the focus just goes straight to Butler?
I mean, the coaching staff really, looked at it long and hard and tried to diagnose some problems. But we do have such a quick turnaround. It'd be one thing if we were playing against a team that just sort of rolls the balls out and plays quick in transition. But they don't play that way. They're very set play oriented. They're going to try to attack certain players on your team. And we have a lot of familiarity with Butler, just like they do with us. So. We have to feed that information to our players as much as we can. So there was some disappointment in the way that we performed yesterday, and we let our team know that, and then we move forward.
As you said, sit here 24 hours later, I mean, are you elated, surprised, happy, probably all the above that Devin would be in the shape he's in?
Yeah,
day to day?
yeah.
I mean,
Really grateful.
see that.
You know, it was good to see him at practice with his mom this morning. You know, when I saw him on the floor, you know, just the worst runs through your mind. And it was just, he was unresponsive for a little bit of time, and to see where he is in less than 24 hours, just so thankful. And yeah.
Was he able to shoot around today, or?
No. Yeah, he wanted to. He wanted to come back in the game in the hospital. Thanks.